So the main thing we focused on really with the drive was obviously setup.
Yep.
2 or 3 changes we made there, obviously. Ball position now has gone further forward compared to where it was.
Yeah, I remember
back
when
there.
we went and played those couple of holes, you said, when I did my first drive, you said, with that tee, you need to be standing...
Yeah, it's the only shot in golf the ball's going to be up in the air by an inch or so. Yeah. So the ball needs to be hit kind of later in the swing arc.
Carry it up. Right?
As the club is sort of going... If you imagine the club swing like a sort of pendulum, like a grandfather clock going tick-tock, tick-tock, it goes up, down and up.
Yes.
We want to be striking the ball in the upward version of the swing rather...
That's where it's been presenting itself.
Exactly. And you can see as well, when the ball was back here and the club was back here, that then we call de-lofted the golf club. So you had 10 degrees loft to start with. Ball was too far back, which reduced the loft. Your hands went forward in the club, which reduced the loft. And as you went back, you what we call bowed the left wrist down, which reduced the loft. And then you kept your hands in front as you came back to the golf ball, which reduced the loft. So there's 4 things there you were doing. If all those 4 things reduced the loft by 1 to 2 degrees, which is nothing, is it really? That's 6 to 8 degrees you've lost. Off 10, it's going to go knee-high to a grasshopper, okay? It's going to be very, very low. And you can actually watch this ball now come off the tee peg. It's just driven pretty much flat to the ground, isn't it? There's no launch in that at all. That's your launch angle there.
Fine, you don't get caught out like that.
Exactly. Good in the test match, okay? Yeah. So, as we said, ball position was a little bit further forward. Feet were a little bit closer to the ball, okay? So the 2 golf balls there, the distance from there to there, we got the golf was a little bit closer. That's in turn going to help your arms hang down from the shoulders. We have a tendency to sort of lift and shrug up the arms, which puts tension in the back there. It also puts your shoulders up higher. It puts your chin down on your chest and your head down a bit. It creates a whole kind of tension area kind of around here, which then restricts your ability to swing a golf club. Okay, so if we can just relax the arms down, if you stand up perfectly straight, your shoulders nice and relaxed off the shoulders, and drop forward, let your arms kind of hang down in front of you rather than lift the club up. Okay, and that's going to help the club get more in the fingers, drop down better, and help you then, as we say, create this hinge on the way back. As you go back here now, to the elbows are slightly more level. There's less daylight, but there's no daylight between your elbows there. So that right elbow's worked a lot better. The club now is hinging up. As we come back to the golf ball, because you're not having the ball so far back and de-lofting it, we hit this golf ball. There's a bit of launch on it. Yeah, there's a little bit of flight on this golf ball here now. As we swing through, there's a little bit of hinge there after the golf ball. You compare your arm to that. Okay.
That's a pancake.
Yeah, that's actually got a bit of hinge there and unhinging that way. That looks like the club's very heavy sort of head on the end of the shaft, and sort of lift it through rather than just swish it and hit it, you see. So the more we can try and practice that L to L. So if you do the L to L here now and you grip the club down toward the shaft there, you'll see the butt end of the club kind of sticking out here. When you go to here, you'll see the club itself, and then when you swing through to here, you'll see the club sticking out. So you're just looking for the club, just to give you a sort of visual feedback of, okay, am I doing it correctly?
Yes.
As I said, if the grip is incorrect, either in terms of position and pressure, if there's tension in the back of your shoulders or your arms or your hands, doing this move will be not impossible, but very, very unlikely. So the more loose we can, and we're sort of, it's going to be something that we'll probably keep saying, sort of every single lesson, we'll just keep reinforcing the fact that nice and loose, just keep that tension down.
Something I try and think of, stay loose.
I think the thing is, you say, I mean, the one thing you write down saying is stay loose, rather than thinking don't get tight. If you think don't get tight, you're going to get tight, aren't you? So you know how the brain kind of works. Yeah, stay loose is the mindset, just do nice and relaxed. This is why some of the pros have waggles with their swing. So we have a sort of swish the club, so loosen up, just take the tension out of your arms. Yeah. Some people, and again, it may or may not work for individuals, but we'll try it, where they stand to a golf ball, they grip it as tight as possible, and almost relax. So build the tension up as much as you possibly could, and then just release that. Almost like and then go, kind of that way. So that's the one that some people do try. It doesn't always work for everybody.
Like
some guys are
breathing out. When
yeah, exactly. Some guys have done that sort of squeeze so they just don't let go. Just kind of got a club. So it's getting into a position where whatever works for the individual that can help you create this hit of hinging of the wrist, and that's where the speed and power is going to come from. Yes, your torso is going to rotate, but to get that club head speed, it's going to have to come that sort of the hand action there, the hand speed, square that club face up. And I think the good thing was you try to sort of adjust the club to get yourself more height, but rather than adjusting as it was from here, rather than moving it this way and adding loft, you just twisted the golf club on the spot, which aimed the club to the right too far.
Yes.
So when you hit the golf ball up in the air, it went over there somewhere. Yeah. Well, then what would probably happen is then you start moving your feet.
Yes.
So now the ball's going over there with a bit of slice spin. Now you move the ball back in. So after 4 or 5 shots of hitting the ball low, then right, then slicing, right? Oh, hang on, I'm changing like all these different things.
Yeah.
You're in a bit of a mess, aren't you? Mentally, like, what am I doing, kind of thing. So,
Yes.
okay, does that kind of make sense then? Yeah?
Yes, it does.
Excellent, very good. I think, again, on the system on here, if you're using this one here now, carry is the key number.
Yes.
And what we call your V launch or your vertical launch.
Yep.
You're looking at trying it at least in double figures. If you're in sort of the 8, 9s and 7s or whatever, it's just very, very low.
Flat, yeah.
10, 12, 13, 14 would be kind of ideal. And that just showcases, well, if you've got a 10, 11 degree driver and you're getting 14 degrees of launch, you have to be hitting the ball 3 degrees up, in effect,
Yes.
to add the dynamic loss of the golf club,
Yes.
which sends the ball up in the air for you.
Okay.
Okay? Excellent, good stuff. We'll have a couple more, Andrew, and we'll see how they go from there, and then I'll
Right.
leave you to hit some balls then by yourself to practice that, okay?